and tonight's video is about the top stocks. The channel where we talk about top performing stocks. And one of today's top stocks is Crowdstrike. Crowdstrike is up 3.25% on the day. And this was after the cyber security meeting they had earlier this week in Washington, D.C. So Crowdstrike was up 3.25%. Barron says Crowdstrike stock soared because it's getting added to the Nasdaq 100 index. So that's a cool deal. So not the S&P 500, but the Nasdaq 100 index. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good bunch to belong to. So Crowdstrike. If you look at our Robinhood portfolio, for the most part, everything was down today. Took a decline of a negative 1.71%. Took us on AMZN was up 0.51%. So Amazon was up 0.5%, and Crowdstrike was up 3%. Ticker symbol CRWD was up 3%. But if you look, there's a few bright spots. Upstart Holdings was up 0.5% as well. So this is ticker symbol UPST, Upstart Holdings. And everything else seemed to be red today. Target was red. Docs was red, which has been red hot over the last 2 weeks, and it finally cooled off. Let's take a look at Docs. Took a good dive because it was like 90 something dollars. Let's go over a week. So all right, so back on August 20th, the stock was trading at $73. By August 25th, stock is up to $95. So this may be a case of when the stock is finally going to cool back off to $73 per share. It is down to 79. I'm down overall negative 1%, but I think this will come back. So see what else we had going on in the news today. Wall Street retreats from record highs on taper concerns. So remember, the Fed will be speaking tomorrow. And they may raise interest rates. We do not know. Support.com jumped 100% today. Wow. So let's take a look at support.com, SPRT. I just took a look at this in another group, and I was a little surprised, but the stock opened up August 3rd. Well, before that, but let's just go 1 year. Stock opened up at $2.20 back in January, then took a pop, got up to $6, and then somewhere in, let's say July, August, nobody could have seen this, and August 19th, the stock just took off. So let's take a look at the news. Let's see what happened with support. Unusual option activity for support in Airbnb. As you know, I am an Airbnb stockholder, so I do support Airbnb. But they're seeing a lot of people do a lot of calls or weekly calls or monthly calls. I'm not sure, but basically that means the stock is going up. Calls mean stock going up. Puts mean stock going down. So options can either be calls or they can be puts. In this case, they're talking about call options. So yeah, support is up 838% on the day. Yeah, I agree with investors' play. Support is too high to chase at this point. I'd like the stock to come down a bit first if I was ever to get involved with this stock. So I definitely might buy the stock at $10, but I mean, some people say, oh, the stock could go higher to $30 or $40, but I'd wait for it to pull back. So support was up. Yeah, actually it's up another 42% after hours. So, but yeah, the stock is up. I can't find out exactly why the stock is going up so much. Let's look at investors or Nasdaq. Why support.com stock rocketed higher today, climbing Thursday, climbing as much as 43% and trading up 41%. That's not all. So what? While there's no specific news regarding support.com, there's a couple of tailwinds have been driving the stock higher. The company announced earlier this year it plans to reverse merger of privately held Greenidge Generation Holdings and builds this up the first 100% carbon neutral Bitcoin transact processor in the United States. Okay, so they're finna merge with another Bitcoin company. Well, all this is speculation. Yeah, I mean, if I bought into support.com, I'll be taking some serious profit right now. I would not wait on see what it's going to do. It's a SPAC play, and they're waiting on reverse merger with the Bitcoin transaction processing company. Sounds good, but there's a lot of left unknowns in that. So I would definitely be taking profit on that. So that's why support was up today. I think we've seen this group before. This SGOCO group, SOGO. We've seen that before. And Lamb Research Corp raises quarterly dividend 15%. So I just started buying this stock, LRCX. So they're starting to raise the dividend price 15%. So if you like dividends, this could be a possible stock for you. Let's take a look at LRCX. So this stock has been hot all year. Lamb Research Corporation. It says Lamb Research Corporation, American Corporation engaged design, manufacturing, marketing of semiconductors. So it's got to cool off, but just to look at the chart over the last longer than a year. But stock last year this time was trading about $305, and now it's trading almost at $600 per share. So it's quite hot, but the good news is it does pay a dividend. So that's another reason you want to invest in it. And also with the more semiconductors we need in more products and services. For example, the trucks need more semiconductors. The average daily product uses semiconductors. This is a pretty good company to be part of. So ticker symbol LRCX, and you can get partial shares on Robinhood. So check them out. You can do your research on it. It has a 52-week high of $673 per share and a 52-week low of $292. So check them out. Could be a good buy. All right. So let's go over to my other account. Let's see what was my top stocks on the day. Ticker symbol POLA or Polar Power is up 9.81%. Ticker symbol INPX or Impexion was up 7.37%. Ticker symbol BLDE or Blade Air Mobility is up 5.16%. Inovio Pharmaceuticals up 4.27%. Palantir Technologies is up 2.67%. And we talked about Palantir Technologies earlier this year. It's a pretty good stock. This is a stock that you should definitely get into at the $20 mark. It will go higher. Let's just look at the whole year. So when it opened up back in October at $9.46, for those who bought it there, we got a nice little gain. Now it's in the 20s. So now, let's see, it's 52-week highs, $45 per share if you look here. But even if it look at the high of $38 per share, still way off its highs. And if you can just stay with it for the next couple of months or for a year, you'll probably get rewarded. So Palantir Technologies, pretty good stock to be part of today. It was up 2%, but not only that, it has a possibility of going back up to a high of 40-something dollars per share. So this is something that you would definitely have to look at short-term and long-term. So when I say short-term, I mean about eight months to a year, but then long-term, this will still be a pretty good company to be part of. It says here, Palantir Technology is a public American software that does big data analytics, and it's headquartered in Denver, Colorado. So they do data for the government and different government entities, I think the Air Force or the Army. And they've been doing this for a long time. They just decided to bring the company public. Shows here the company's been founded since 2003. And recently they moved from Silicon Valley over to Denver, Colorado. So definitely, I think Palantir Technology is still a buy, but I would start to just start a small position and wait for a pullback. It is, again, up on the day 2%. So you might better get this stock at $23, $21 per share. But if you don't own it already, I would definitely own it. All right, so that's Palantir Technologies. Let's see if there's also anything in the news. Okay, Palantir invested $25 million in Faraday Future. Wow. Palantir Technologies stock outperforms market on strong day trading. Palantir Technologies. So yeah, there's quite a few stocks up on the day. Revolution Medicine is trading at about $27 per share, and it's up at 2%. Now this stock could go back as high as 40-something dollars per share. I'm waiting for it to go back so I can probably exit. But yeah, Revolution Medicine was up 2% on the day. Let's see. Olin Corporation, ticker symbol OLN, was up 1.31% on the day. Ticker symbol PEN, or Penn National Gaming, was up 1.15%. And again, this has to do with the gaming, sports betting stocks. We know the NFL kicks off really soon, and some states are starting to do more legalized online betting. So check out Penn National Gaming stock. Also, if you want to play, there's another company called DraftKings, and they trade about $56, $60 per share as well. So I just prefer the owners of Penn more than DraftKings, but either way, I do own some GNOG, which will be acquired from DraftKings. So not a bad space to be in. Ticker symbol UPST, or Upstart Holdings. Again, this is the AI platform. Last week, this stock was trading at $205 per share. Again, this week it is up another $10. So kudos to Upstart Holdings and everyone else that's holding the stock. One of my classic favorites, Okta. Cloud software was up 0.59% on the day. JPM, or JP Morgan Chase, was up 0.48% on the day. So quite a few big players were up on the day. Palantir was up 2%, and Crowdstrike was my top stock today. That's in my portfolio. Definitely a good stock to have. Cybersecurity is not going anywhere, and Crowdstrike seems to have the best technology so far. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and also leave your comments below. I do have the Webull link and the RobinHood link. So if you want to sign up and get some free share of stock, please follow the links below. Thank you, and have a good night. So the reason for this video is to show that you can simply make plenty of money off of stocks, long picture over time. There's hundreds, not thousands of stocks on the stock market you can invest in. And by getting a few tips, you can make a lot of money really fast. So over the last 2 years, I've made a little over here. As you can see, $12,000, more than that, but just top performers: Tesla, Twilio, Okta, and for some of these penny stocks, Ford. Nearly doubled my money here. Bought in about $344, and I made a profit of $289.79. So I've gained most of my knowledge from Facebook, Facebook groups, and different message boards, and I was able to make a little over $12,000, as you can see here. Thank you, and if you like this video, please subscribe.